Good evening and welcome to NACTV Bigger Bingo for Wednesday, August 28th, 2024, broadcasting live from Nippon, Manitoba. Before we get started to play, here are our rules. Our license number is LGCA 6052-MBI-35606. First rule, one ball will be drawn at the beginning of the session. This ball will be the tuning number for Game 3, the blackout and 52 numbers. Number 2, when bingo is declared on more than one number, only those who declared bingo on the earliest number called will be declared winners and eligible to win the prize. Number 3, each bingo game will be closed when bingo has been declared and verified by calling the number displayed on the screen. The phone lines are open to receive calls, and it has been announced 3 times that the phone lines are open to receive calls. At least one phone line has been available for calls for 2.5 minutes, and the game is declared closed. No further calls will be accepted with regards to that closed bingo game. Number 4, prize money is split evenly among multiple winners with a minimum payout of $25. Number 5, a final win confirmation occurs when the winners submit their date stamp sheet containing the winning card to NACTV. Number 6, in the event of transmitting or telephone problems which prevent continuation of play prior to the event start or at any time during the event's duration, the game will be rescheduled or resumed on the next Wednesday night. Players will keep their cards for the following Wednesday and they will be accepted. If a player is unable to play the following Wednesday, they may exchange their cards at NACTV for a future game. Please check the nactv.tv website or call the office for confirmation of the games to be played. Number 7. Game 1 is played to a blackout on the gold cards. Jackpot in 50 numbers or less is a minimum of $1,000. After 50 numbers, Game 1 continues to a blackout for $100 consolation prize. Number 8. Games 2 and 3 are played on the colored cards. Tonight it's blue. Game 2, the X game, has a prize amount of $150. And Game 3, which continues on from Game 2, is a blackout. Jackpot in 52 numbers or less is a minimum of $500. After 52 numbers, Game 3 continues to a blackout for a $100 consolation prize. Number 9, if Game 3 is won with the toonie ball number drawn at the beginning of the session, the winner will receive the accumulated toonie pot plus the blackout or consolation prize. Number 10, jackpots for Games 1 and 3 accumulate by 50 cents per package sold. When a jackpot is won, the pot will increase from the minimum amount when accumulated sales reach that value from 0. Number 11, the toonie pot accumulates by $1 per package sold. When it is won, it starts at 0. Number 12, prizes must be claimed in checks cashed within 6 months from the bingo played date. Number 13, a list of the bingo numbers called can be obtained from the NACTV office. And that's our rules. Good luck, everyone. And let's find out what our tuning number is, and let's get started. Okay, our tuning number is going to be I-18 for tonight. I-18 is the tuning number. Oh, we haven't called any numbers yet. I'll just get rid of that 13. There we go. So I-18 is our tuning number. That's for Game 3 that you'll be watching for that, where you could win the toonie pot of $9,834. Okay, Game 1 starting now. On the gold colored cards, looking for a blackout, all numbers covered. The prize is $19,578 if you get a jackpot in 50 numbers or less. First number out on the gold colored cards is under the I-19. I-19. Was that just to hang on one sec. Okay, under the G56, G56. Under the 075, 075. Under the O63, O63. Under the I30, I30. Under the I20, I20. Under the G50, G50. Under the O65, O65. Under the I16, I16. Under the B14, B14. Under the O61, O61. Under the N37, N37. Under the B12, B12. Under the N45, N45. Under the O67, O67. Under the O73, O73. Under the O74, O74. Under the O71, O71. Under the G51, G51. Under the G54, G54. Under the I-25, I-25. Under the O66, O66. Under the G52, G52. Under the N41, N41. Under the N39, N39. Under the O62, O62. Under the N32, N32. Under the B9, B9. Under the B5, B5. Under the N34, N34. Under the N42, N42. Under the B7, B7. Under the G47, G47. Under the B8, B8. Under the G53, G53. Under the G48, G48. Under the I-22, I-22. Under the G59, G59. Under the O69, O69. Under the O64, O64. Under the G49, G49. Under the I27, I27. Under the B3, B3. Under the B2, B2. Under the O72, O72. Under the O68, O68. Under the I24, I24. Under the I23, I23. Under the I29, I29. Under the G58, G58. And that is your 50th number. So we'll pause here for 2.5 minutes, see if anybody calls in with a bingo. 204-476-2639. The phone lines are open to receive your calls. If you've opened up your cards and the glue has taken off a number or two, you can call in now too, and we can tell you what those numbers are by putting your card on the screen, and you can see for yourself. It does not have to be the gold cards. If it's happened to the colored cards, you can call in now too, and we can put that card on the screen for you so you can see which number you're missing. Evergreen Environmental Technologies is open Monday to Friday, 8 to 4, Saturday, 8 to 3. They will be closed on September 2nd for the Labor Day weekend. Both phone lines are open. Receive your calls. For the third and final time, both phone lines are open to receive your calls. Not hearing any calls, I declare this game closed, and we'll move on to the consolation round for $100. Still looking for a blackout on the gold colored cards. Your next number is under the N38. N38. Under the N40, N40. Under the B1, B1. Under the B10, B10. Under the N36, N36. Under the G46, G46. Under the B6, B6. Under the G60, G60. Under the B15, B15. Under the N43, N43. Under the N31, N31. Under the B13, B13. Under the G57, G57. Under the O70, O70. And we do have a caller, so the number in the hoop's not going to be called and won't be valid. And the number they bingoed on? Is that the one number back?
Yes.
Okay, one number back on B13. Okay, valid bingo on B13, one number back. B13 is a valid bingo, one number back. Okay, after this game, we'll be moving on to our blue colored cards. Oh, we do have one phone line open to receive your calls. So after this game, we'll be moving on to the blue colored cards to play the letter X game, and then we'll play the jackpot in 52 numbers. The jackpot in 52 numbers is worth $9,835, and the toonie pot's $9,834. Wow, they're almost the same now. Packages sold last week were 107. And our toonie number is I-18. Our toonie pot is at $9,834. We sold 107 cards last week. And both phone lines are open to receive your calls. For the third and final time, the phone lines are open to receive your calls. Not hearing any further calls, I declare this game closed. And we'll move on to the blue colored cards. And our winner in the Bonanza Consolation was Cheryl McLaughlin of Neepwa, purchasing the cards at Harris Pharmacy. Congratulations to Cheryl. Okay, on those blue colored cards, looking for the letter X, as you can see on your screen. The first number out is underneath the N38. N38. And the prize is $150 for the letter X. Under the B2, B2. Under the N41, N41. Under the G51, G51. Under the N42, N42. Under the B7, B7. Under the B8, B8. Under the I-19, I-19. Under the B14, B14. Under the B1, B1. Under the O69, O69. Under the O71, O71. Under the I-28, I-28. Under the N44, N44. Under the I-24, I-24. Under the G55, G55. Under the N34, N34. Under the G46, G46. Under the O66, O66. Under the N37, N37. Under the N31, N31. Under the O61, O61. Under the N36, N36. Under the I-20, I-20. Under the I-26, I-26. Under the G47, G47. Under the I-21, I-21. Under the O63, O63. Under the G56, G56. Under the B11, B11. Under the O62, O62. Under the I-22, I-22. Under the B15, B15. Under the N33, N33. Under the I-23, I-23. Under the B13, B13. Under the N39, N39. And we have a phone call, so we'll just pause here. The number in the hoop is not valid for the letter X. And what number did they bingo on? The one number before? So they didn't, on that number beforehand, they didn't bingo on that one. 13, no. So valid bingo on I-23. Two numbers back, I-23 is a valid bingo for the letter X. I-23, the valid bingo. We have one phone line open to receive your calls. We now have both phone lines open to receive your calls. We still have I-18 out there, so going into game 3, I-18, our tuning number is still in play, and that tuning pot's at $9,834. So if you bingo on I-18 in this next game, you will get the $9,834. And if more than one person bingos on it, then it will be split. Both phone lines are open to receive your calls. Do you have it filled out? Do you have it? And for the third and final time, both phone lines are open to receive your calls. Not hearing any other calls, I declare this game closed. And our winner on the Big X was Kathy Bennett of Neepawa, purchasing the cards here at the station. Congratulations, Kathy. Okay, moving on to our jackpot and 52 numbers. We have a jackpot value of $9,835. And the next number out on the blue colored cards, looking for a blackout and 52 numbers for a prize of $9,835 is under the G57. G57. Under the I-30, I-30. Under the G50, G50. Under the B3, B3. Under the G59, G59. Under the B12, B12. Under the O70, O70. Under the N40, N40. Under the I-29, I-29. Under the O65, O65. Under the G58, G58. Under the O67, 067. Under the I-18, I-18. Under the N45, N45. Under the 064, 064. And that is your 50-second number, so we'll pause here for 2.5 minutes, see if anybody calls in to win that jackpot of $9,835, and the tuning number has been called. So that tuning pot will grow from its 9,834. I'm just going to turn the sound off for a second. I need to clear my throat. There we go. Now you didn't get to hear that. So both phone lines are open to receive your calls. I'd like to thank everybody for playing along with us at NACTV Bingo. It helps to support the station's operating expenses. And the businesses that sell the cards for us include Harris Pharmacy, Nipwa Legion, Kinsman Courts 2, Touchwood Park, and the Brandon Superstore Lottery Kiosk. Of course, you can purchase cards here at NACTV as well. Bingo packages, anyway. Both phone lines are open to receive your calls. For the third and final time, both phone lines are open to receive your calls. Not hearing any calls, I declare this game closed, and we will move on to the consolation round. For $100, still looking for a blackout on the blue colored cards. The next number is under the I-17. I-17. Under the B10. B10. Under the 068, 068. Under the B9, B9. Under the 072, 072. Under the O73, O73. Under the G60, G60. Under the I16, I16. Under the N32, N32. Under the O74, O74. And we do have a caller, so this will be wrapping up this game if we have a winner. And one phone line is open to receive your calls. Wait, 14. And which number did they think go on?
G60.
One number back?
3 numbers back.
Okay, let me just check the paper and make sure. And while I'm doing that, good or not can be answered. Okay. All right, well, looks like our winner might be 3 numbers back. Okay, 074 and 32, I16, G60. Okay, yes, 4 numbers back. G60 is a valid bingo. So G60 is a valid bingo. And unfortunately, this is not a valid bingo because we had somebody bingo on 4 numbers back on G60. So we can't accept that one. Okay, we do have one phone line available to receive your calls. And the valid bingo number is G60. It's about 4 numbers back. NACTV, bigger bingo. Okay, what? Okay, just 1 second.
1 sec.
3. Oops, G53 disappeared. Okay, I've got the right card number up there, 3433. Okay, the G53 is in the hoop, or it was until it fell down. But it's the G53 hasn't been called yet. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, bye-bye.
I don't need your book, I just need your count. Sorry. And where did you purchase your card?
Okay, we have one phone line open to receive your calls again. The G53 that was in the hoop that I accidentally knocked back in is not in play because I haven't called it yet, and it's not even there right now. So, okay, so we do have one phone line open to receive your calls. Hopefully, moving my mic around here. Hopefully, it doesn't affect the sound here. We have both phone lines open to receive your calls now. Both phone lines are open. And just waiting to find out who won this last game before I close. Okay, for the third and final time, phone lines are open to receive your calls. Not hearing any further calls, I declare this game closed, and that will wrap up tonight's bingo. Thank you all for playing along. And our winner on the Blackout Consolation was Carol Bagalki of Nipwa, purchasing the cards at the station here. Congratulations to Carol. So recapping for tonight, we had Cheryl McLaughlin winning the Bonanza Consolation, purchasing the cards at Harris Pharmacy. Kathy Bennett won the Big X and purchased her winning card at NACTV. Cheryl Bagalki won the Blackout Consolation and purchased her card at NACTV. Congratulations to our 3 winners. And thank you all for playing along tonight. Have a great week. See you next Wednesday.